Hey guys, I don't know what it is, but my phone won't let me have it. Yeah. Um, the other way. So guys, today is the October the 6th, October the 16th, Tuesday. Guys, it's currently 10:13 p.m. here in England, if you're watching from another country. So, guys, earlier you know that I done a video on Connect Sense. So, I'm actually going to do a video on how to make Play-Doh at one point. Also going to do a video obviously about assistant dogs and the laws and that in the UK at some point. I haven't actually got around to it yet. I have been out. I'm going to try and do it tomorrow. Definitely the Play-Doh thing, because I'm going to be finish off with the last presents bits for the kids. I've currently just finished 3 of them. What was I? And also, oh yeah, so my baby taught me how to make cauliflower cheese today. So if you guys want to know the nice dinner, he's like done me the once and everything. So we done like chicken, carrots, and the cauliflower cheese. I was scared I was gonna burn it, but him telling me how to make it, okay, I managed to do it, okay, turned out beautiful. Not as good as his. His is really nice. So guys, if you want a video on how to do that, let me know, or I might just do it at some point. So guys, today I got up. I thought it was gonna be the same thing. Obviously, guys, no, it wasn't, because I mentioned my baby about him not answering. But he didn't actually have his internet on because he was at work. So, which is understandable. So he'd been at work all day. And I'll tell you more about him later at the end. So, and also the reason I'm doing a live video at the moment for today's vlog is because there isn't actually any pictures or anything to add on. So, I got up, I went and got the bus. Well, it was supposed to be a bus, but it actually turned out to be a coach. So I got a coach to Bideford. Well, it's supposed to be bus, but it's a coach. Because the current bus that he normally uses wasn't actually working, so he gave us, like, he took us on a coach. So I got the thing, then we went to this hairdressing place where you get like discounted stuff. Then we went to the food warehouse where I got some sweet potato. I think I just got sweet potato. Did I just get sweet potato? No, I think I got some other stuff. I know that. Right, so I got some other stuff, mostly sweet potato, because that's what I make. I warm it up in the microwave, I leave it out the night before, and then I put it in the microwave for 7 minutes, I then mash it down, add a bit of butter, kaboom. That is what I eat for a dinner, just so I end up losing weight, which I'm probably going to put on weight this week after what I've eaten, especially after what I've eaten today. Then we went Home Bargains. Now guys, let me tell you about Home Bargains. Now, my mom knows sometimes I can have an attitude towards somebody, and if you watched my vlog from last Tuesday, so I think I'd done a week or something together, you will know that the lady turned around and spoke with attitude towards me. Well, guess what, guys? The same lady started again at me and Pixie in Home Bargain. So we went to Home Bargain, guys. Obviously, Rose's got a hair color on. She looks more professional. She had her labels on. Yeah, I understand the assistant bit is going on the side, but she has 2 labels on her for a reason that go over the side of her. One goes one side, one goes the other side. So, and being that this lady has already spoke to us before, well, me before, you think she'd know and leave me alone. So we went in and she started looking at me and giving me a look. So Pixie's like, yeah, she could tell, Pixie already knew I was going to start stressing, because I was like, the moment I saw her in the lane, I was like, Pixie, that is the lady that started me on me last week. So Pixie's sitting there, she was giving me looks, and she's like, yes, this is an assistant dog. So, and she's like, yeah, but I can't help it. All in Pixie's face, right? There's in Pixie's face going, I can't help it. I can't see this is an assistant dog. It's like fading. And that's when I stepped in and was like, well, at the end of the day, the law states you don't have to actually have ID things on them to prove that she's an assistant dog. I don't even have to have an ID to prove she's an assistant dog. I didn't have to have any of that. I have told you last week that she's an assistant dog. You've seen that she's an assistant dog. I spoke to you last week, she's an assistant dog. And she kept going on and giving and all this lot, right? So by this time, me and Pixie have had enough. Pixie's getting stressed out as well. Like, we literally walked away from her. Then a manager comes up to her. So a manager not up to her, up to us. So a manager comes up to her and speak to us, and I'm gonna have to start going to Home Bargains and record this, because she starts again on me next week, I want proof of what she's doing, because it's ridiculous. So a manager actually walks up to her, and I'm sure it's a manager because she's on about speaking to her. So the manager walks up to us and she's like, I'm just checking this in the assistant dog. And I was like, yeah. I was like, and that's when Pixie turned around and went, we'd like to put a complaint in about one of your members of staff for the way she's talking to us, the way she's disrespecting us, and things like that. And that's when we talked about the manager, and I told her what happened last week, how she stopped me when going out the door, and she kept going on and on and on at me. And then when I go around the shop, she was having a go at me as well. So she already knew, and that's when the manager goes, oh yeah, she mentioned that to me about last week, about she's seen a dog and things like that. So I'm by this point thinking, how the hell, if she's told her manager about what happened, how the hell does she not remember me? And they have exactly the same dog. I don't trade dogs every week. I have exactly the same things. How does she not remember? How many assistant dogs do you think you see in one time? Trust me, guys, there's not, for every time I go in shops around Barnstable, anywhere, there's not many assistant dogs. In my whole 2 years of having Rosebud, I've seen one assistant dog, and I've seen one blind dog, I think it is, in shops. Other than that, everywhere else I've been here in Devon, there's been no other assistant dogs or anything. So that's why I'm like, how does she not remember? So hopefully next week, if I go in there, because she was like, did you not? Oh, because she's like, this manager was also like, we did a thingy the other day on autism quiet hour. I'm like, yeah, I used to live in Barnstable, but I don't anymore. Otherwise, I would come to things like that. Like Morrison's do a quiet hour, which is they do once a week. It's the first time Home Bargains have ever done it, she said. But she thinks they might be looking at doing it permanently. Now, if I was closer, I would actually go to them things. So they're very good. They dim the lights, they turn down the music, they're not allowed to mess around with the cashier, they're not allowed to like be noisy inside showers and things like that. They just have to be helpful and quiet. It's very quiet in there. It's very relaxing. I'm not being funny. I bet most people would enjoy a fucking quiet life shopping. I've had like Pixie's son actually turn around and go, and he's not got anything wrong, saying I'd even enjoy something like that, it being quiet. It's less frustrating, there's no busy queuing, they have to have enough member of staffs on every till to make sure there's no loads of queues with, for when it's happening and things like that. I think it's really good. So we were talking about that, and I was like, well, I've been coming here since she was a baby, well, a puppy, and you guys have been fine before. And she went, yeah, there's just a new rota of members of staff, because I've never seen her before. So basically, yeah, the manager is going to end up having a word with her. So that's my bad point of today. Like, it's been so stressful. But then I remembered I forgot my meds. So I had to go all the way back to Tesco's. I went to Tesco's. And while I was in there, guys, just like, why, like, these staff members are supposed to be trained for assistant dogs. And they're supposed to know about assistant dogs. So also in Home Bargains, the one's like, yeah, if it's not assistant dog, you're supposed to pick it up. Because she forgot. Like, she's about to tell me that next time I pick an assistant dog up. And then realised what she was saying and was like, oh yeah, yeah, if it's a dog. And I'm thinking, if it's not a dog and you have proper training, you should know that dogs are not officially allowed in your store unless they're fully trained as an assistant dog. Or a service dog, which is police and things. So, I went into Tesco's, guys, and I swear to God, I got my meds. And I went up to the deli counter, guys. I went up to the deli counter, and I swear to God, right, a member of the Daddy Food Department come up and try stroking Rosebud. I'm like, can you not stroke her, please? And that, and then by this point, Pixie could tell I've had enough. So she's like, can you leave her? She's an assistant dog. So, and then I'm thinking, hang on a minute. She's a member of Deli. She's a member of staff that works in food. You think doing her health and safety under the food environmental part to do, because when you do health and safety and you work with food, you know that you're not supposed to touch animals and things like that. Obviously, unless it's dead and you're cooking it up. Yeah, well, anyway, so when you deal with food, you know you're not supposed to touch other animals and things like that for hygiene reasons. So the fact that she should already know that, and then she turns around and goes and touches my dog working with food, and the fact she's a member of staff, that they should know you shouldn't touch them, it properly beginning to frustrate my head. Like, who else has an assistant dog and is sick to death with the frustration of the amount of people and the amount of staff that do not have the training to understand that you should not touch an assistant dog, like, point blank. And they go around saying they've had all this training. They've had training on how they shouldn't touch assistant dogs. Like, seriously? If you had training, you'd know the law. You'd know everything. I think we need to start teaching these shops how the actual law is to do with assistant dogs, because I'm sick of it. I'm gonna soon start printing out everything, and then I'm gonna go see managers if anything goes on from now on, and I'm gonna be like, can you please look at this, read some rules off to them, some basic rules, and be like, you need to start teaching your members of staff this, because every time I come in your shop, these get broken, and it is against the law for you to do them. Starting with, one, your fucking members of staff keep touching my dog. Like, seriously. It frustrates my head. She's there for me. She's there to help me de-stress. And I swear to God, right, if I was holding a cat, and you're not supposed to have cats in store, obviously, but if I was holding a cat and someone kept frustratedly coming in my personal space and touching my cat all the time, I would have flipped a brick a long time ago. But because I have Rosebud and she's there to keep me calm, I don't actually start, like, getting as pissed off as much. So that's the sort of thing she's there for. So anyway, guys, enough of the bad. Let's go to the good. So, oh, let me tell you one more bad thing before we get on with what I saw them. So basically, I was with Pixie today, and Pixie told me about what happened with her son. So she's like, last night, her son stays at her boyfriend's. Boyfriends? I mean girlfriend. He's a girlfriend, guys. So her son is staying at his girlfriend's, and basically he can't leave until she comes back partway. So during her break, she comes back to lock the door. So as she's coming back, she stands outside and she starts ringing him. Babe, what are you doing? And were you still in my flat? And he's like, yeah. She's like, well, get out. The whole thing's on fire. So obviously, guys, while he's in there, the whole place was like on fire. So she didn't know if it was top flat or side flat. And one of the walls was like condemned in. So like if she didn't like literally cut him at that moment, he could have died from the taxation of the smoke, because the fire people had already been bashing at doors. And when he went and stepped over the line, the fire people were like, where did you come from? And he's like, I was in the flat asleep. And they're like, oh my God. And I'm thinking, if there's a fire, wouldn't you just bash the fucking door down? Especially knowing the building has already fallen apart anyway. Why would it make a difference? Why wouldn't you just bash the door down to know that the people are definitely safe or not? Like, people can be really heavy sleepers. I'm definitely not a heavy sleeper. Well, once I go to sleep. So guys, that is it with the bad. So let's get on with the good. So after I left Tesco's, guys, we went Brewers. Then when I went Brewers, I had my food and they didn't have the Indian one I normally get, because I buy one get free. So we also got free puddings. This is why I think I'm gonna put on weight this week. And we got the pie, but I put in the box and brought it home with me, and I ate when I got home. Then I got turned. So So then when I was home, I started making my Connect sand. So so I'm like, what the hell? So I was there like, he still hasn't messaged me, what's going on? Then out of the blue, he sends me a message, my baby. Are you home? And I'm thinking, why? Why do you want to know that I'm home? Like, what the hell? And he's like, I'll come and see you in a bit. So I look at the front and his mom's car's there. So basically I got to see my baby today, guys, which I'm very happy. I got to talk to him, like, that I thought something was up and everything, and I've been missing him like crazy, and I love him to bits. And I actually told him the truth that I was appearing offline on Xbox last night. So I told him the truth, and I told him why I was doing it, because I felt like he was ignoring me and things like that. And he's like, I'm so sorry. It's just sometimes I forget that I've even looked at my phone and forget to reply and everything. I know it's not a big excuse, and everything. But at least I know we'll still stand and we still love each other like crazy and things like that. And on Friday we're supposed to be seeing each other, so it'll be fun. So, and obviously, like, at the moment we're deciding whether I'm going to stay at his or he stays at mine. I don't mind. Whatever's easier for his mom. Whatever's ever. I don't care. I just got to be careful because, like, Tinkerbell's going to get neutered. But also his mum's cat got pregnant again, so she can't get hers neutered, but she's gonna help me get Tinkerbell to the vets. So I'm just hoping Tinkerbell's gonna be alright on her own with a head collar on and not start playing with her stitches. That is my big worry. So yeah, I miss him like crazy. I'm really glad I got to see him. I feel so much better. I feel so much happy, and things like that. And I love him to bits. He's like the world. So then I started playing Fortnite. Now, my baby's friends started speaking to me, and obviously his name's Charlie. So he sent me a message as my baby was leaving, saying, have you got rid of him yet? And I thought he was saying as a joke to like, have you got rid of him yet? You can play on Xbox. And I was like, yeah. So then I put, yeah, okay, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming on now. And when I got on, he's like, so have you got rid of him? And I'm like, what do you mean, get rid of him? And he's like, have you dumped him? Let me state you now, right? Yeah, I may have my differences. I miss him like crazy. I love him like millions to the world, right? He's the best treated boyfriend, I'm gonna say, I've ever had. I'm sorry if my exes watch this, but I'm sorry, but I love him like crazy. He respects me and everything. Yeah, we may, like, I get miserable sometimes when he doesn't message because I miss him like crazy. But for one, just because he's not messaging me, how are you gonna bring me between me and my baby thinking I'm just gonna dump him like that? Hell no. Never, ever, ever, ever. He's gonna take a lot of shit to ever make me. Well, let's put it this way. I could never dump him. Like, he'd have to dump me. I do not do the dumping, right? I've got a thing about I cannot dump people. Like, it hurts me too much. But let's just say that for starts, I would never do it. Like, hell no. Just because he's not messaging me and I feel miserable because he's not messaging me because I feel lovesick, I'm not gonna just leave him because of that. At the end of the day, I love him millions, and Charlie, let me say this clearly. For one, him not messaging me is not gonna make me want to leave him at all, and it's not gonna work to think that you're gonna get me. Hell no, right? Like, seriously, I would never leave him because of that, ever. Like, ever, ever, ever. I love him too much. You know, I may say stupid shit and that, like, am I being stupid about him not messaging me and that? But when I actually get to see him, I regret saying that shit and that, because I love him for the world. Like, now I've seen him and I feel so much better that I've seen him, and I don't feel so lovesick. I'm like, I love him so much, like, crazy so much. Like, it's unreal. So, yeah. don't ever think that if you ever see me in my vlogs, ever saying, am I doubting myself? That's because I'm saying, am I down myself because I feel a bit down, lovesick, but I would never leave him. Like, it'd take a lot for me to leave him. Like, seriously, I love him, millions, like, to more than he can say, past the moon and back. Like, I love him so much. And I always will. Love you, baby. Well, so anyway, guys, after I played Fortnite, I messaged him and I was like, can you tell me how to make the cauliflower cheese, because I gotta make it, because otherwise my vegetables are gonna start going up. So he rang me and he told me how to make it. It actually turned out quite good, but it did not turn out as good as his, guys. At all. Like, his is so much better than mine. So I then dished up my food. I put it in a dish, but I also ate some because I really fancied some after I tried it. So I done that while I watched some more of my Netflix I've been watching. I'm trying to think what I've been watching at the moment. Thank God, guys. So let's see. Oh, what is it I've been watching? Let's see here. Somewhere Between is where I've been watching. It's quite good. Basically, so far the kid has died. Well, she like died because of this murderer, but then the mum went to drown herself, and the other one was getting drowned off the end of the cliff, and he managed to get out and save her. And then pair remember everything that's happened, and it's so weird. It's like they are in between this space, because like she went back 7 days, like she's in the future and she's trying to change what happens. It's quite good. But now, guys, that's pretty much what I've done for today, guys. So I wrapped up some present things, like I started wrapping up the kids' presents. So that is what I've done for today, guys. So do you look out for the Play-Doh video tomorrow? I'm going to try and get about the Assistant Dogs law and that in the UK done tomorrow, guys. Obviously, cauliflower cheese one will have to come another time because I've only just made it. It'll probably come in a couple of days' time, guys. But pretty much for the rest of the night, I've got a plan why I need to get to the shops on Thursday. I'm going to watch it somewhere in between while I plan that list. I'm gonna play on Xbox after I've done that. I'm also planning to make my Christmas cards because it's a lot cheaper, if you know what I mean. So if it comes cheaper, and people seem to like that sort of stuff, because at the end of the day, it's come from the heart. It's more respectful. So guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I'm gonna go and make my list, watch somewhere in between, probably make some Christmas cards, but I'm definitely gonna play some Fortnite, play some COD on Xbox. So peace out, guys. Thanks for watching my vlog. Like, subscribe, comment for challenges, comment for openings. Peace out, guys. See you again soon. Mwah.